The Enlightenment, a time in Europe where philosophers thought about major topics such as rationality, humanitarianism, progress, and freedom of thought. People might think that the scientific revolution is the same as the Enlightenment. Although they did happen at the same period of time, the scientific revolution was more on the physical aspect of the world, while the Enlightenment was more of the mental state of human beings and the mental state of the world. There's many social aspects to this, but these are some main ones that philosophers started to ask questions about. And one of them is the poverty that struck peasants as the monarch taxed them even more and more due to their unfair taxes against peasants. Another one of these topics is religious persecution, which caused many people during this time to seek freedom of religion and also freedom of speech. Some people went as far as to make a new country separate from Britain so that they could exercise their beliefs. The monarchy in these systems also took whatever they wanted from the peasants. They took land from places that they thought weren't even discovered, from previous people who already found them. Rationality, a thought based on reason and logic. Many philosophers used this in their work to improve their accountability and helped them in their values that they talked about. Progress, going forward in new ways, ideas based off of new facts. Philosophers thought that we should be moving forward and giving up traditions of yesteryear so we can move on and see the values that they taught. Freedom of thought, an idea based around you being able to think for yourself. Philosophers told people to think about things that were unproven, and mainly about the church. And of course, their biggest critiquers were the church. Humanitarianism was the goal to lessen human suffering. This was due to the monarchy and government treating peasants like garbage and having them live in terrible situations. During the Enlightenment, philosophers, most notably Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, believed that there was a state of nature that we had before society where people lived in complete chaos due to everyone having no consequences to their actions. Mainly Hobbes thought that people could not survive unless there was a monarch to keep control and punish. But John Locke mostly believed Hobbes' state of nature, but he believed that everyone was a blank slate and people were shaped through in their actions and experiences. His social contract idea was not one-sided, but he believed that people should give up some rights in order to protect their right to happiness. He didn't talk about monarchy or not one, he just talked about the government in general. But Hobbes' social contract was very different from Locke's. For instance, he thought that the monarchy should be getting most of the deal for people giving up power for their protection. He also really believed that monarchy was the only way the world could survive. But if I did have to look at both Hobbes and Locke's beliefs, I believe Locke's ideas would be a better system due to the rights of happiness that he gives us.
I'm Diego the Historian, and I approve this message.
I love the Enlightenment! Yeah!